The escalating global crises are causing a surge of worry, with the struggle for food sovereignty becoming a critical battleground. The tractor protests in Europe symbolize a much larger conflict that is deeply concerning. Misguided policies from the European Union could potentially decrease agricultural output and surrender strategic advantage, which is quite alarming. Meanwhile, BRICS nations are capitalizing on this situation. With their wheat production skyrocketing, strategic grain stockpiling increasing, and their bloc expanding, countries like Russia and China are drastically altering the global food order. The pressing question now is whether Europe can recognize these harsh realities of what seems to be an emerging food world war before it's too late. Across European streets, rumbling tractors and angry farmers has become a familiar sight. But these protests, born out of frustration and a sense of neglect, are more than just a clash of ideologies. They are a symptom of a larger crisis engulfing the continent's agricultural sector, exacerbated by major geopolitical upheavals. The Russia-Ukraine war has profoundly disrupted global food supply chains, with Ukraine's role as a leading wheat exporter severely impacted. The blockade of Ukrainian wheat exports has exposed the fragility of interconnected agricultural systems. Meanwhile, Europe's heavy reliance on Russian energy has led to soaring costs for farmers, with the auto-sabotage of the Nord Stream pipeline further escalating the crisis. While the farmers' grievances stem from legitimate concerns over inflation, unfavorable policies, and a perceived lack of support, their efforts to challenge the status quo may ultimately prove futile, for they are fighting a battle that transcends the borders of their fields and nations, a battle in which the rules are being rewritten by global forces beyond their control. The protesters decry European Union policies that favor multinational interests over local farmers, leading to a decline in European agriculture's vitality. Contentious practices such as paying farmers not to produce and favoring imports over local excellence have ignited a firestorm of discontent. But this unrest reflects deeper systemic issues that demand a comprehensive revaluation. As European farmers protest against domestic policies, they overlook the larger geopolitical shifts that are reshaping the global food landscape.
Ogni 4 mesi ci avete sbattuto in faccia una legge contro agricoltori, allevatori, pescatori. Ci avete detto che bisognava proteggere la natura da loro che nella natura ci vivono e lavorano da generazioni e generazioni. Con la Farm to Fork li avete schiacciati e promosso il consumo di insetti e larve. Con il Nutri-Score volevate colpire la dieta mediterranea. Con il regolamento imballaggi avete bandito le confezioni che garantiscono freschezza ai prodotti ortofrutticoli. Con le Green Claims avete stabilito che non si possono definire verdi gli ortaggi se poi viaggiano in camion. Con la strategia contro il cancro avete dichiarato guerra alla carne e al vino. Con una direttiva avete equiparato le stalle agli impianti industriali. Con un'altra volete far produrre la carne in laboratorio dalle aziende farmaceutiche. Con la legge sul ripristino della natura avete deciso che gli esseri umani nuocciono al pianeta, sicché bisogna abbandonare i campi coltivati, rimuovere gli argini dai fiumi e riesumare le paludi. Ora, cosa vi aspettavate dagli agricoltori? Che vi ringraziassero? La rivolta è la lingua di chi non viene ascoltato. Ora fate marcia indietro, ma è tardi.
The BRICS nations, recognizing the strategic value of food, are moving towards self-sufficiency with significant advances, like China's record wheat production and Russia's bumper harvests. This shift poses a formidable challenge to Western dominance in agriculture. Europe, impacted by conflicts like the Russia-Ukraine war, faces a critical moment. The question looms: will Europe adapt to the evolving food world war scenario, or will it watch passively as the BRICS bloc redefines global food sovereignty and trade dynamics? China, the world's largest wheat producer, has set a new historical record with a total production of 136.69 million tons, as reported during the recent Central Conference on Rural Labor held in Beijing. This represents a stable trend, with production exceeding 130 million tons for 9 consecutive years. But China's influence extends far beyond mere production. With its enormous storage capacity, the country has the power to reshape global trade scenarios. As of January 2022, just before the outbreak of the war between Russia and Ukraine, China already possessed an incredible 69% of the world's corn reserves, 60% of rice reserves, and 51% of wheat reserves. As some media outlets report, by the first half of 2022, the Dragon country had purchased and stored 60% of the wheat on world markets. On the other front, Russia has emerged as a dominant force, dictating the rules of global trade. According to information shared in July 2023 by Arkady Zlochevsky, head of Russia's grain union, it is estimated that Russia will export about 55 million tons of wheat during the 2023-2024 season. This figure represents a slight decrease from the previous season's record of 57 million tons. Although the crop yield is expected to be lower at 130 million tons compared to 157.7 million tons in 2022, factors such as favorable weather conditions in crucial areas such as Siberia and substantial grain reserves indicate strong export potential. It is also noteworthy that Russia's grain stocks have grown considerably. In stark contrast to the growing unrest among European farmers over rising costs and the influx of cheaper imports, Russian agricultural workers enjoy substantial state support. This backing includes subsidies for production costs, breeding stock, seed purchases and transportation, alongside grant support for development projects and family farms, with a notable grant of 30 million rubles. Preferential loans and additional subsidies, especially for viticulture, vegetable and grain producers, further bolster Russia's agricultural sector. Russia's commitment to enhancing this support underscores a strategic focus on agriculture, promising increased efficiency through various subsidies and programs aimed at bolstering the sector's productivity and sustainability. The world's 3 largest wheat producers, China, Russia, and India, are part of the BRICS bloc, so its role is expected to become more central in agribusiness and geopolitical environment. But the case of India is very peculiar. In fact, just these days, even there, thousands of farmers are intensifying their protests against the government's agricultural policies, demanding guaranteed prices for products, debt cancellation, and the withdrawal of policies considered harmful. Indeed, it appears that India is steering its agricultural policies along a line, in our view, negative, similar to that pursued by Europe. The agitation resulted in clashes with police, who used tear gas to prevent farmers from marching to New Delhi. These demonstrations are a sign of deeply rooted discontent in the farming community, highlighting issues such as minimum support prices, farm loan waivers, and privatization of the electricity sector. These agitations precede the general elections and underscore the significant impact of farmers, who are a key part of India's population and economy. Hello, amazing viewers of Think BRICS. We are taking a brief moment to thank you for watching and to share some ways you can help us grow and bring you even more insightful content. If you are enjoying this video, please give it a like. It helps more than you know. And if there is a thought or opinion you'd like to share, we would love to see your comments below. Your insights make our community stronger. For those who have just discovered us, welcome. Consider subscribing to our channel for the latest on geopolitics, and don't miss out on the conversation happening on our Substack blog and Telegram channel for fresh updates on BRICS and exclusive content and insights. You will find all the links you need in the video description. And for those who wish to support our work further, we have a Buy Me a Coffee page. Every coffee goes a long way in helping us produce the content you love. This little interruption is our way of inviting you to be an even bigger part of our journey and to ensure we can keep delivering the quality content you enjoy. Thanks for your time, and now let's get back to the video. The BRICS have expanded to include other countries such as Egypt, the United Arab Emirates, Ethiopia, and Iran. Saudi Arabia is also on the verge of joining, but tensions with Iran have overshadowed the process. Procurement policies in Saudi Arabia continue to secure primary commodities, firstly wheat and chicken, to ensure and increase self-sufficiency and provide targeted essential food items. The Kingdom's Vision 2030 aims to achieve food self-sufficiency in stark contrast to the European Union's policies of reducing agricultural production. This expansion marks a key shift towards addressing broader issues such as de-dollarization, fostering African development, and, more importantly, redefining the narrative around global food sovereignty. In the face of a worldwide cost of living crisis, the BRICS nations have emerged as central figures in the agricultural domain, collectively responsible for a significant portion of the world's food production. This capacity positions them uniquely as a formidable food power, especially pertinent as the globe grapples with food inflation and supply chain vulnerabilities highlighted by recent geopolitical tensions. The inclusion of new members like Ethiopia, which recently achieved self-sufficiency in wheat, underscores a collective potential to significantly impact global food security and sovereignty. This is particularly relevant for Africa, where several countries depend heavily on BRICS nations for their agricultural imports. As the geopolitical landscape shifts, the BRICS strategic focus on food sovereignty sets a new course for global cooperation and governance, hinting at a future where control over food plays a central role in reshaping economic and political power dynamics. While powerhouses like China and Russia drive much of the BRICS agricultural ascendancy, other member nations are also making strategic moves to assert their influence. Brazil, a significant player in the agriculture sector, has been making progress in enhancing food security and fortifying relationships with the crucial allies. The recent visit of the Brazilian president to Africa, as we mentioned in our previous video, aimed at fostering agricultural collaborations. Indeed, Africa is a vast source of raw materials that can cater to environmentally sustainable practices. Moreover, it holds between 60 to 65% of uncultivated arable land. This untapped potential could significantly contribute to global food security. At the same time, in a groundbreaking move, Norberto Escalona, the Cuban ambassador to the UAE, heralded a collaborative venture with Brazil and the UAE to fortify food sovereignty. This tripartite pact, spotlighted at COP28 in Dubai, earmarks a 50 million food aid initiative funded by Brazil, underscoring a united front in cultivating resilient food systems and championing climate action. Brazil's dedication to supporting Cuba's food and nutritional security through this collaboration showcases the power of joint efforts in tackling global challenges and fostering a sustainable future. By extending its agricultural reach and influence, Brazil positions itself as a prominent player in the evolving BRICS strategy for global food dominance. The United Arab Emirates has established itself as a significant contributor in the field of sustainable food systems. In addition to providing monetary support for improving the flexibility of these systems, the UAE has also committed to increasing its investments in initiatives that prioritize sustainable and nutritious food solutions. Against the disconcerting backdrop of protesting tractors, a profoundly unsettling query rises. Will Europe awaken to the harsh realities of this impending food world war? Or will it remain on the periphery, immobilized and impotent, while others take action? The path forward is clear. European countries must reclaim their food sovereignty, stemming the tide of dependency on imports and the influence of foreign multinationals. As it stands, the European Union system is more a hurdle than an opportunity. Individual nations must take action to revitalize local agricultural practices, ensuring their culinary heritage and food security are not relinquished to distant lands. Meanwhile, the BRICS juggernaut shows no signs of slowing down. Their collective capacity in agricultural production positions them uniquely as a formidable food power in an era of geopolitical turmoil. The future of global food sovereignty hangs in the balance. Will Europe heed the warning signs and course correct before it's too late? Or will the BRICS strategic vision reshape the world order, leaving the West mere spectators in a battle they once dominated? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. But one thing is certain, the game has changed big time. Food is no longer just food, but a pawn of power in today's world. Whoever is in a position to decide about its production and distribution will have a huge influence on how things will turn out for countries. We look forward to exploring this topic further, but it's up to you. Let us know by liking our video and subscribing to Think BRICS. Follow us on social media and on our blog. Let's get this complicated web untangled together. Thanks for watching.